Welcome to This Week in the LCK. The week started with a bang with the telecom war between KT and SKT. Despite their recent struggles, SKT managed to scrape out a 2-1 victory over the favorites in KT.
You guys can see the stacking onto Baron, that damage from the Sejuani, but there's the hook onto the Kindred, gets the Lambs for Spite off just in time. The GP ultimate does come down, and now Faker is trying to do that damage in the front line. Smeb's going to be flashed after. Actually, the TP from behind the Faker in the back line is going to get a triple kill out of nowhere.
Later that day, we saw a match between Griffin, a new team with a roster of rookies, and the Spring Split champions Kingzone Dragon X. Many believe that Griffin, coming in as a group of 6 rookies, could make history if they were to take down the Spring Split champions.
It'd be a massive story if Griffin could win today.
And they did just that.
For the end here at Griffin, the hands just zoning, Khan's still not there.
Gorilla comes in, but all he's got is CC. He's going to be pulled in, and he actually jumps away. He doesn't want to dive, and it looks like he will. The Nexus goes down, and Griffin 2-0s Kingzone. Unbelievably one-sided. How far will this team go?
In day 2, we saw Hanwha Life Esports finding a win over MVP, Genji taking the series against BBQ Olivers, and Afrika delivering a 7th consecutive series loss to Jin Air. Day 3 featured Griffin facing KT as well as Kingzone versus SKT. Having toppled the Spring Split champions in Kingzone, Griffin looked like an unstoppable force. That was until an underperforming KT swept the series against them in true roller coaster fashion.
Now being invested, double teleports coming in from KT. As in goes the Paranoia, they jump into the backline, but they've split themselves up once again. Ornhorn flies through, but Chovy is dead. The Nocturne may have just done his job as Lehens. He has to run the hell out of this fight for Minion. Can they just try to win the game?
They've also got the Mordekaiser clones. They have multiple ways to take this turret. I think it's going to do it.
Yep, a lot of damage available from that clone as well as they dive on top of the Mundo. This is going to be the last fight. Can Griffin actually find it? Another Ornhorn does come in, and look at the health bars of Griffin. They're evaporating. Both of the turrets now taken down, and KT, will they do it? It's a 2-0 for KT Rolster over the #1 team in Griffin.
In the second match of the day, we saw a rebounding SKT take on Kingzone, and despite their best efforts, Kingzone swept the series. On day 4, Afrika handed another loss to MVP, and Genji continued their dominance by handing an 8th straight series loss to Jin Air. Day 5 saw a Kingzone victory over Hanwha Life as well as BBQ Olivers looking to find a win against a struggling SKT. SKT crushed their hopes with the sweep of the series. And finally we come to day 6, where in the first match we watched Afrika find somewhat of an upset victory against the first place team of Genji.
Now we see Haru and Spirit meeting.
Well, Haru, after getting first blood, is going to run straight into Spirit here, trying to turn it back on the Keen. Is going to flash, and he gets the kill! Unbelievable, forcing the flash here out of Spirit. He should be able to pick it up, but double TP coming in. They really want to engage here. They're going to knock him on the aiming, but he gets into his pool, and now this is just routed out here for Genji. They want to run away as fast as possible in the booth. Very well deserved.
The second match of the day and final match of the week featured KT coming back into form with a solid series win against MVP. That's it for this week in the LCK. Make sure to tune in to next week for Rift Rivals, where Kingzone, Afrika, KT, and SKT will play. Here are the standings.